Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your full review of the Warhammer Fest 2021 event that took place over the 6 days last week, starting Monday the 3rd of May. As usual, if you do enjoy this video and you get something from it, you can consider subscribing, joining as a member, and also using the Element Games affiliate link in the description below, where you can save yourself 20% off of your Warhammer. And if you also use the crystal code, you're going to get double the crystals, which you can use against future purchases. So, Warhammer Fest 2021 online. In one word, disappointment. Games Workshop have a habit over the past few years of hyping things and then not really delivering or going about things in a way that we all think would be best off doing a different way, how we would want to see that. Now, personally, I would have preferred them to still have had a Warhammer Fest online, because we can't have a physical one. But maybe you're new to the hobby over the past year or two and you've never been to a physical Warhammer Fest. They're usually at one of the arenas like the Coventry or the Birmingham NEC, something like that. And I remember going to my first ever one back in sort of 2003, I want to say, and picking up my first ever Titan, the Warhound Titan. And it was incredible. And even the one I went to in 2018 was excellent. So you can understand why they wanted to use their community website and Twitch as well. That's where they streamed it to cover all of these sort of previews. They started off at about an hour towards the start of the week, and then they fell down to about 35-40 minutes, which I don't feel is very long. I would have much preferred them to have the Warhammer Fest online like over a 2-day period, even if it was like 2 hours for both of those days. And if there was an issue for the presenters to only spend an hour live streaming or 45 minutes or whatever it is, then I'd be happy if they just swapped the presenters over. But anyway, they dragged it out over the 6 days of 40-50 minutes, and I say did require you to be there live. I think you can watch these at your own leisure after they've been shown live, and also check this website as well for what they previewed. The things that they did show was a bit of hit and miss. Let's get into it, and we'll start off with day one. So it all kicked off with day one, Age of Sigmar. They had a little trailer here for Broken Realms Kragnos. I always keep calling it Kragnaros, but Kragnos. Yeah, it's another case where the artwork, much like Teclis's artwork, looks better than the model. The model, I can't get on with it. I think it's the face. I mean, with the mouth open, it's slightly better. I mean, the horns look really cool. The shield looks good, although it is quite thick and the straps are quite thick. It looks like they've painted the straps in the same colour at least as the shield. The mace, I think, is too short and stubby. The artwork specifically adds an extra 2 ridges at the top and an extra ridge at the bottom, and I think that proportion would have been better. You've got this idol thing here, which is painted very, very kind of bright and does detract away from the overall scheme. I'm not sure whether if I got one of these, I'd even use the idol at all. I think it would look cool just on the rock. There is a lizard here, I think. I think that's a lizard. Might just be a leaf, but I'm pretty sure that's a lizard. Anyway, odd. Something just not right about that one. For me, but you may absolutely love him, and please do put your thoughts and opinions as always down in the comments below. That's the face with his mouth sort of closed. Again, just doesn't work for me. The shield looks cool. You've got the icons and you've got some extra little bits and bobs going on there. He's obviously very powerful. They're saying they're hyping him up to be able to go toe to toe with Archaon. There's the artwork, absolutely stunning. I love the brown. I may pick up this book just for that. You got some other new minis, such as the Cities of Sigmar. I think these are vampire hunters. I mean, there is a stake there, so, and this crossbow is firing a stake. You got Lord Croak, stunning looking mini. Really like the look of that. I would be picking that up if I had a Seraphon army. You've got the new Slaanesh model, the voice of Slaanesh, in 2 different versions. And then you've got the Sylvaneth model. Moving down, they showed a video of the Zolblight Gravelords. This has actually put me off them, and I hope Games Workshop understand that these kind of events do one of 2 things. They either put you off the minis, or they hype them up more, and you know, you look forward to them. This has put a dampener on them for me. I'm not a big fan of this model. It looks like a kit bash. It looks like 2 good models. As I've said before, if you put your hand over her and look at the model below, it looks quite decent. Again, if you reverse it and just look at the top half, the torso, looks quite decent. But when you add them together, yeah, and it just doesn't work for me. The male equivalent right here, the Lord, the normal Lord, it's the same legs and lower half. And all you do is you just put this upper body onto it, either his or hers. And yeah, I'm not a big fan at all. Again, with the other models, I'm not a huge fan of these either. There's just something off with this one. The base is lovely, and I love the Banshee sort of models. They haven't gone full Lycan with these. And another one, Vampire Ancient. Love the wolf, love the other wolf, and I love the base. It's just this model here with the wings and the how high the coat goes, and then you've got the legs just popping out. Yeah, there's just something odd with that. But direwolves are good, I think. They need a bit more gore. The spit and saliva look alright. There's like undead wolves. I'll probably pick these up. And then there's an image there showing them all, including some Blood Knights look, which I think we've seen before, but they are new Blood Knights over there. We can see them a bit better in their glory in this week's preview article, which I will be going over today as well. And then there was an Age of Sigmar Soul Arena trailer for your phone, and then an interview regarding who is Kragnos. Day 2 was Warhammer 40,000, and it kicked it off with the Warriors of the High Lord. So they have now made Morven Val the Supreme Commander of the Adeptus Sororitas and the Guardian of Faith. She continues to lead her sisters from the front lines. She's clad in a Purgator Mirabilis, a Paragon warsuit of peerless quality. Yet, despite the quality, her arms are just, out there, completely vulnerable. And her head just chooses not to wear a helmet. It's an odd one, isn't it? It really is. But she's now a High Lord of Terror. They've made her a High Lord of Terror. The model looks alright, I guess. There is a helmet option, so you can put a helmet on her. So that's nice. Then you've got Astrid Thurger and Agathe Dolan, or this banner bearer with a grandma, just bringing a grandma along. Very, very interesting. Couple of models. At least this banner bearer, they're giving her a weapon, as they don't with the Primaris. Dogmata. Again, they just can't do faces right now. I don't know what it is, but just sisters that's really hit or miss with the faces. They're the judge, jury, and executioner, and she's only got the 3 candles, no 4 candles here. And then you've got the Palatine. That she was available in the previous Piety and Pain battle box, but she's going to be available separately. Then you've got some Celestian Secresants. Look alright with the coffin-shaped shields with the bolt pistols. They've done that before. They've got the maces, but this time you've also got plasma pistols and hand flamers behind those shields too. And then, of course, the Nundams or the Paragon warsuits. It's nice to see them with different weapons. You've now got a mace, you've got a sword, a heavy bolter, multi-melter, and some kind of spear with a flamer. Yeah, they look all right. I'm warming up to them, but I think that's mainly because of the paint job with those really, really striking panel edge highlights. But I still think they're the weakest out of the bunch of these releases. Then you've got the amazing tank, the Castigator, with the cannon and the heavy bolters, 3 heavy bolters there. I'll definitely be picking up one of those. They look cool. And then you've got the Codex. I'm not a huge fan of the front cover, of what they've chosen with the war suits either side. I'd rather them have chosen something else, but there we go. And then you've got a Warzone Caradron book, Act 2, the Book of Fire, and Caradron also has Bellacor's full 40k datasheet. So yeah, now it's kind of a must to pick up the Caradron book if you haven't yet got Bellacor's datasheet. It's worth picking it up for that. You also got a Battle Zone Mechanicus with old scenery in there, and I think you'll also get Battle Map. They don't really say there, but it's shown there as a battle map, so that's quite nice. And that was 40k. That was day 2. A lot of things we've already seen before, and that's when people started to get annoyed. I think I think they started to get annoyed on the Monday, but with these models in particular, they just spent this whole 40k day. We had one new model that they showcased, and a couple of the new set croissants, and I think that's what rubbed people up the wrong way is that these reveals and things, people are tuning in to watch these things live, and they're showing things that have already been showcased before. Now, day 3 though, that was Black Library, and we did get a look at some new content and models in the form of Gaunt's Ghosts. So you've got them right here. Colonel Commissar Abram Gaunt now has a model coming. It looks decent. I like that. That's good. And then you've got the rest of his ghosts. So you've got Corbeck, you've got Rawn, Larkin, Bragg, and McCall. You've got the Vincilla Insurgency. This looks a fun pack. It's got a new novel there. Takes us back to the earliest days of Abraham Gaunt. Takes us back to the earliest days of Abraham Gaunt and the Tanith First. You'll learn about a dark secret that's haunted them ever since. The Mega Limited Edition. Wow, we're now into Mega Limited editions. You get a metal memory box, maps, pins, coins, art, and you get the data sheet to use them in 40k. Looks very nice. I think that'll be popular. You've got the Sabbath War anthology, and you've got the Sabbath Worlds Crusade. It's an in-universe reference book regarding the Sabbath Crusade. And then another 40k book, Urdesh. It's the next chapter in the Sabbath World saga, focusing on the Urdesh and the Iron Snakes. Along with a bookmark, the Volpone Glory novel, and Siege of Terra Warhawk. Fantastic looking cover art again. Khan going up against Mortarion. And then you've got a Warhammer crime novel, Broken City. It's a crime anthology. Sanction and Sin. Another anthology from the Rotten Metropolis. I always think that 40k is ripe with stories for crime novels in the big hive cities and things. Grim Repast. It's a Quillon Drask novel about probator Quillon Drask. And then another 40k novel with a female Cadian. If only they had female Cadian miniatures, right? That would be cool. But Traitor Rock by Justin D. Hill. The Twice Dead King Ruin. Lord Altix, Steel Tread. I think that's another novel coming, but I think that may well be the cover art. But that was Black Library, day 3. All new stuff, I think. They had a little feature here, Paint Like a Pro with a new STC range of synthetic brushes. They are synthetic, they're not sable hair or anything like that, and they are all white. They might not stay white for very long. They're saying that you'll never mistake which one you're reaching for, which I guess that's right. But they have notable springiness and balanced stiffness and a distinct snapback. So that's great for dry brushing and highlighting raised edges. So they might be good for that. I'm going to try and pick them up if I can. Give you some demos and things in the live streams. We'll see. Day 4 was all about box games. So there's some new releases here from Underworlds, Necromunda and Aeronautica Imperialis. Nothing for Adeptus Titanicus, a bit of a shame, but Dichasm finally revealed the Ardeneth Deepkin warband. The Elthane's Soul Raid. Everybody went nuts over the Crab and the Magikarp, of course. Yeah, look quite decent. I always like the Ardeneth Deepkin bases. I always have a little look at them and see what coral and rocks and things they've got going. Necromunda, you've got a House of Shadow book with some new models with the Delac or Delaque, however you want to pronounce them, with some of these cyber worms. And Piscean Skeptor and Piscean Spectors. There's a trailer for Hired Gun. I will be picking that up. That comes out end of June, so not too long to wait. But yeah, it's coming out on Series X, so I will be getting that, and I will be going through some live streams. So if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch, and I'll be going through that. Aeronautica Imperialis, excellent troll here from GW about Plastic Thunderhawks. They now make Plastic Thunderhawks, albeit in an Aeronautica form. I was really surprised at this because I thought Aeronautica was a bit dead. I thought the sales weren't very good. I haven't looked into it myself and purchased a single Imperial Aeronautica model. But out of nowhere, they're bringing out a new box game. And I always thought that this would be one of the best pairings, Space Marines and Eldar. Tau as well against Space Marines. But now you've got the Xiphon Interceptor, which was removed from Forge World for a little while, but it's still on there. You've also got the Storm Eagles too, and then the Plastic Thunderhawk. I've made a joke in previous videos that I probably will be picking one up anyway because it's just so cute, and I might be putting it on the front of my full-size Thunderhawk as a little hood ornament. I don't know. I might put the Thunderhawk inside the Thunderhawk. Anyway, I thought that was great, and this is definitely the direction I like. I like all of these little flyers in this set, and I'm very, very tempted to pick this up. If you think I should get this and cover Aeronautica, please do, like the video and put a comment below, and I do read all the comments, so I'll take that into account. The next day, day 5, right here, Orcs. You might as well have just called it the Orc reveal. Again, people were a little bit frustrated again because they were showing models and things that we've already seen. There was this animated short which was a bit longer than one would have liked, and again there was an interview with the manager, the main head guy of Warhammer 40,000 releases. So as I said it before in another video, I would have preferred to have had an interview with the designers, with the sculptors, with the writers, with the artists than the guy in charge of that. But for whatever reason, this is the way they chose to do it. There is an army set, and they said straight away that it will be limited. Scalpers everywhere are rejoicing because they'll be picking this up and then selling it on eBay for £300-400 most likely. Best advice: get there early on the day, which we don't know yet, but it's not going to be next weekend. I can tell you that. It might be another month or so off. This is what they're going to release. I really hope that they don't just release this set, and they have learnt their lesson, and they do release the other Orc releases at the same time. So if you miss out on the army set, at least you can get the new codex and a couple of the new HQs. Like that Pain Boy looks amazing. I don't know whether they showed it in here, but yeah. So you're getting all these Orc boys. You got the Beast Staggers led by a Battle Knob. Missed opportunity to call them lads. They are bigger than boys. Well, never mind. This is the Beast Snagger Knob. It looks pretty big. You know, that squig is the biggest out of them, and he's on a bigger base. So I am really, really tempted. I will be picking these up to go with the Orc army. Just the message that it sends. That we want more Xenos. You know, we want Eldar next. We also want some Tyranids. Then we can go back to Imperium and get some new Imperial Guard models and stuff. But yeah, I really, really would like to see them put the love and attention they did with Necrons into Orcs and the other Xenos races. I think a lot of people are Imperium fatigued right now. I like this Runt Herd with the hair that's kind of stapled on. That's brilliant. I like the weapons. I like the grabber stick. I like the bionics. I like the bionics in all of these, with bionic arms and legs and you know, little wheels that they put on a squig. I like the fact that they put a wheel on it. Maybe that's faster, but they put bombs on it as well. So even though they've augmented the squig to get him into combat quicker, he's still going to blow up anyway. I like how they've done that to just sort of, cause the enemy more damage and pain. But I like how they've done that to get this squig into the enemy lines as quick as possible and cause damage. This is the front cover of the Codex in that box set. Looks fantastic. Really, really like that. And then there was an interview with the manager, and then you've got in Mega Armor. Great. I'm an all big fan. I'd like to see more of these. They did release a Mega Armored set quite a few years ago now. I would like to say 2016, 5 years ago minimum. Could have even been 2015 to be fair, but yeah, quite a while ago. So this is just fantastic. They didn't showcase the Mad Doc, which I think is a missed opportunity. And also they didn't showcase any Adeptus Mechanicus in terms of the Codex and the Marshal. The reason being was that they've already previewed that before. But hey, there's a lot in all of these previews that they've already done, and I think that was a very, very weak excuse. Upgraded Cadian Shock Troops. Yes, unfortunately they're not getting a brand new full set, but they are getting some upgraded parts. I do like the cards there on the helmet, and I welcome more customization. It's just this set is pretty old now, but you do have some female faces there. You do have some cool looking helmet options and mask options and weapon options as well. So it's still good that they're getting an extra upgrade set, but I would prefer them to show a load of love towards Imperial Guard and refresh the range. And then a Psychic Storm is coming. A little teaser there of Thousand Suns and Grey Knights. Interesting to see what they do with Grey Knights. I don't think they'll go down the Primaris route, but I'm also interested with the Thousand Suns. See what they do there. And that was the second day of 40k. I kind of think that they could have done both of these reveals in one live stream, and then the final day, day 6. Was a big mystery. It was a big question mark. This is Age of Sigmar, the next edition, and to celebrate this next edition, they've brought out this amazing model, this lovely cover art for the rule book. I will try and pick it up. I really will, just to show you all. You've got some lovely artwork and a map, and now you've got Indrasta, or just call it the Celestial Spear. Lovely looking model. I think they've done a fantastic job in plastic. I'm thinking maybe £69, probably 50. 50 would be good, but I can see this one being about 60 or so. Yeah, fantastic. This has this has definitely piqued my interest for Stormcast. And it's even got one of these squirrels creatures. I don't know. Could have been made cuter, but there we are. Maybe it's some kind of chaos-fied thing, but yeah. And then you've got the Reforged Stormcast Eternals, or Primaris Sigmarines, Sigmaris, as I would like to call them. They look way better than the current range. And again, these have actually piqued my interest too. They look fantastic, you know. And, you know, some of them are female. And you can tell that some of them are female just by the poses. Like, you can tell that that's a female. You know, without, even with the helmets on and things, I think that's the great testament to the sculptors, where you can tell, you know, models are female or male just based on their poses, and their armor set, obviously. But yeah, incredible. I normally skip the Stormcast, but these models have got my attention. And then Annihilators, a new generation of Paladin. They get a 2+ save. And they got this big hammer, and they've got this big shield. That looks really cool. It's like a Terminator Stormcast. Yeah, I did wonder whether they were going to get bigger and beefier Stormcast, and here they are. There was an interview for the next Age of Sigmar, a bit of artwork there, and that's it. So not a huge amount to reveal for the last day, but you know, what they did show was very nice. And that was it for Warhammer Fest. Disappointment. It's a little bit unfair to call it a Warhammer Fest compared to the physical events that they run, because of course there you've got seminars, you've got painting showcases, you've got the Golden Demon. You can see all the amazing people that create all of this stuff for us. You can meet the authors, buy everything you possibly would want to, including all the Forge World models and the Black Library novels as well, and look at all of these new miniatures up close and personal, which I think is extremely valuable. There are models that I've seen in person which I wouldn't normally look at twice on the web stores and things. But there we go. I guess that's what they decided to do for the Warhammer Fest this year. But what do you guys think of this Warhammer Fest? Do you think it was a roaring success? Do you think it was a disappointment? Please do put your comments down below of what you think was your most favourite model. I'm kind of torn between the Crab and the Baby Thunderhawk, but I also like the Orcs and a couple of the Sisters. The Soul Blight, I just like the models that they've shown before, you know. And I think that the Stormcast are heading in the right direction now. And the Ibram Gaunt models were a lovely surprise. So the Sunday preview, we'll just have a little look at this, because there are going to be a lot of pre-orders from this upcoming weekend, Saturday the 15th of May. You haven't got all of the Soulblight Gravelords releases, but most of them, in the form of the Battle Tome, the limited edition Battle Tome, which I would love to pick up. You've got the Death Rattle Skeletons. That's just 10 that they've duplicated with different weapon options. Still want to pick them up to complement my, dare I say it, Curse City Death Rattle Skeletons. You've also got the zombies, or the undead, the Deadwalker zombies there, and I appreciate that they've put less of the gravestones and things, and they do look, you know, more like zombies, not carrying things on their back. I like this one with a scythe and the pitchfork and with an axe in his head. Yeah, I'm a fan of both of those sets. They're going to be awesome. The bats look great as well. They're going to go well with the Curse City ones. The Blood Knights look fantastic. Love that armor. Love the steeds with the bones showing. I would really like to get the White King too, but I guess he's going to come out later. And then you've got a Vampire Lord, which I really like. She's going to look fantastic with the Crimson Court. From there to here, looks all good. I think I'll pick up a load of these Soul Blight. But then, yeah, we've got Lauka Vai or Lauka Vi. This is the dual kit with the normal Vampire Lord. Won't be picking her up. just can't get past it. The dice, I'm not sure. I might do for those dice. I do like the dragons on there, and then we've got the Bellicosa Volcano Cannon finally coming to Adeptus Titanicus from Forge World as a separate like little model. It's probably going to have some extra ammunition parts at the back, which is going to be interesting how it connects, because I think a lot of people will have already glued their ammunition feeders for the Quake Cannon, so that's going to be... However, if you did pick up the Maniple and you haven't yet built the Nemesis, and I would have suggested at the time to leave off the Nemesis for now, then I know a few people that haven't built the Nemesis, and they will be picking up this weapon once and build and complete it with the new weapon. You can pull the Quake Cannon on and off. You don't need to magnetize it or glue it into place. So I'm confident you can hot swap them. The only difficulty I can foresee is just the cables that connect to the ammunition, because there's nothing that connects the Quake Cannon to the ammunition, but the Volcano Cannon needs these big power banks. It's worth noting that although it is a Bellicosa Volcano Cannon, it's not as powerful as the Warlord's Volcano Cannons, and I think that's mainly due to the power core and things being better in a Warlord. However, the Nemesis Quake Cannon is better than the Mori Quake Cannon. Just putting those rules out there for you. Black Library, you've got a few books. You've got Gitslayer and the Undead and the Undeath Ascendant. I'd like to get Undeath Ascendant because I'd like to read up a bit more about the vampires, and this anthology is and this omnibus is a thick one. You've also got the Dynasty of Monsters there with the new model as the cover art, and then White Dwarf should be hitting mats sometime this week, probably in the next few days actually. And also the brushes. So they have come back strong, Games Workshop and Forge World in that regard, by releasing a couple of novels, the White Dwarf, the brushes, a weapon from Forge World, and the majority of the Soulblight Gravelords. So hope you enjoyed your break from all of these new models and releases, because they've now started up the release train again. Predictions were the Heavy Intercessors, but I guess they will be the week after, and I certainly think they'll release those before the Sisters of Battle and the Orcs. I think the Orcs are going to be after the Sisters. We've also got to squeeze in the Adeptus Mechanicus small release there as well, in amongst those. But yeah, they've started up the release train again, and this is what you can expect for the pre-orders this coming Saturday. What do you guys think of these pre-orders and the Warhammer Fest? I know this is a really long video today, but I did promise you guys a full review of the Warhammer Fest, and it just so happens that GW have decided to put their pre-orders up as well, so I was able to look at these today. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below as always. It's your chance to vent, also share your love for the hobby and some of the new models that they've previewed. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.